Yo, yo, what's up, Rixie? How we doing? How's it going, Rixie? Dude is already locked in, dialed in. Yo, my guy, matey, what's up? Hello, hello. Hey, all good? How about you? Dude, I'm doing great. Doing great, doing great. New York Open, so just ready to grind out some trades right now. That's what I'm ready for. How are you? Doing good? Salut, salut. What's up, Honoré? How's it going? Alrighty, guys. Market open right now. New York AM session is in play. See what we get happen here, eh? Alrighty. Leo, what's up? Olivia, good morning. Gringo Loco, congrats again, amigo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Howdy, folks. Let me just get a little announcement going here on Twitter. Well, a bit of an aggressive New York AM session open. I think we could all agree on that one, eh? Jeepers. Quite the movement here. That's for sure. Good morning, morning. How are we all doing? Alrighty, let me just get this announcement saying that we are live now. New York AM session is having the pump up of the freaking century right now. Holy cow. Alrighty, well, interesting. Yes, created a short position on that 5 minute NQ here, back above this hourly equilibrium. Now looks like we're going to get an expansion higher. So watch this. What's up, gangsters? What's up, Zicky? How we doing? Boss man? All right, let me just get this retweet here. Shing. Live now. And then I'm going to get the YouTube streaming link, which I believe is here. The shareable link. Good morning. What's up, Rizzy? Good morning. Good morning. Let me just get the, there we go. Got the announcements up, so we are all set and ready now. Luckily. Alrighty, let's get to it now, shall we? We're all set and ready. We're all got everything we need for the stream today. Let's give this a little look now, shall we? So a couple little options trades I was looking at were these SPX puts into today. We're retesting this breaker here, so I want to see a reject off this breaker into some swings. Crude formed a beautiful short. Let's get the ICT toolkit as well as the TTFM Pro here. Nice short position here formed on CL as well. Obi, what's up? Good morning. NASDAQ became the Belmont. Nice. All right, CL here, not super interested right now. We're back above that hourly EQ. I want to see closure, or 30-minute EQ. I want to see if we get a closure back below this hourly. This formed a beautiful CTU short here, which we respected that hourly EQ. So that's a nice short that formed there. Gold here, straight chop, right? That's accumulation. We had a great Asia session, pulling lower here. All right, I mean, not too bad. Asia getting some accumulation now. Now we manipulated London session lows, so could anticipate a potential long here on gold, which is what I'm watching for now too. So we could potentially see longs. Now I can. I close my longs before I open them out. Hit my target too. Nice, Frixie. Delay data. Is that what's? Oh, that's. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason, that's just on this one. Oh, weird. Sorry about that. Yeah, this one's fine though. Yeah. Okay. Weird. I don't know why the other one's delay. Like, NQ goes short. Yeah. I mean, yeah, NQ's manipulating these highs right now, so it could anticipate a potential some type of reversal signature. All right. Well, we're gonna check DC now on the. All right, gold's kind of the same outlook. I have manipulated London lows as well as manipulated this accumulation, right? So when we have a manipulation, I typically like to look for some type of distribution, right? So we have our manipulation here from those London lows. So I'm wanting to see some type of rejection higher. We kind of are in between a bunch of, don't forget to send the link to the other live. Right. Thank you for that. Let me do that right now, actually. Thanks for that. Totally forgot. I appreciate it. Thanks for reminding me. Alrighty. So yeah, GC here, nothing super crazy as well. Just want to see, is this delayed data? It's delayed data as well. What is happening? But NQ's not, right? What is happening? Weird. Here, wait 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can fix this data real quick. Weird. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just get this set up here. I'm in a whole different setting right now. I'm getting ready to travel to Europe here soon, so I'm in a completely different setup at the moment, or on a completely different setup. All right, that's the link to the live. Do you have the data from? Yeah, I do. I don't know why it wasn't connecting, so I'm trying to get it set up and ready here. Gotta get my Trade-Evade link in here. Sorry about that, everybody. Once again, let me just get the data. We are manipulating highs on NASDAQ currently, so I'm watching to see if we get some type of reversal signature into a short position. Currently, hello, dear A Crypto. How's it going, Max? You're logged into a broker. Yeah, weird though, because I was logged in on my personal Trade-Evade. I don't know what's going on. Let me just check. All right, now I have to go to my personal and actually sign in. All right. Had the same problem? Weird. Yeah, I have all the live data I need. I don't know why it's doing this though. All right, now there's the 2FA that's gonna form, and I gotta make sure my 2FA is good on my chart. And let's approve the device. Back to login, go here, connect. Live data is active now on my charts. Weird. Sorry about that, guys. Well, we're good now. We should have live data fully. New York AM session, as I mentioned, currently no SMT at the highs with NASDAQ and ES. We've got a very consistent manipulation of the previous highs here. So what am I watching for currently? Well, I want to see some type of reversal signature form. We had quite an aggressive move since the Sunday open at 6 o'clock. We had quite an aggressive expansion higher. So am expecting market to kind of be oversold at this point. So I want to see some type of, we have 4 hour SMT. Yeah, I'm going to check higher time frame in a second. I'm just talking smaller time frame. NQ took 1 hour high, but ES did not. Let me just check. On 5 minute, there's none, but let me see on 1 hour. Yeah, I mean, they both took 1 hour high. NQ and ES both took 1 hour high now. Yeah, both took 1 hour high. We do have this 4 hour SMT though. You are correct. 4 hour SMT up at these highs here with the C2. Mark that out. SMT on the 4. So yeah, let's see what happens here. This New York AM right now. What's the contract to trade? The contract to trade now is the NQ. It's NQU 2025 and ESU 2025. NQU 2025 and ESU 2025. Hour 4 means threshold to bearish. Hour 4 would be correct. Have the same problem. Rodrigo, nice, thank you. Yeah, of course, anytime. Alrighty, now let's actually get to some analysis of the charts, guys. Sorry about that. I just had all the delayed data imaginable, and I think we still might. Yeah, we still do. Wow, all right. Well, looks like I'm doing analysis on one chart for today. Anyways, though, anticipating an options trade here, want to see us retrace back into this bullish breaker here on SPX, reject off of this 4 hour breaker. This is a 4 hour breaker that formed. So if we get some type of rejection off of that, I'll be anticipating potential shorts, aka puts on that trade. Right is yes, correct. Right is yes. Yes. Yeah, CL had a great 5 minute TTF. Had a great candle to unicorn here. We see that we created a 5:30. We created a high at around 5:30, so the 5 a.m. high was formed. 6 a.m. manipulated that high really well, actually aggressively rejected back below. Created a 3 candle body change in state of delivery. Closure below and closure below this breaker. Finally created a short signature, short entry here, and then you target a 2R on this trade. So this one actually played out beautifully. Let's look at what that R was looking like. If we put it at the change in state of delivery high, targeting a 2R. It looks like 2R was actually just tapped out, oh my god, by a literal tick. Yeah, the CL short at 720. This was a great. I mean, this reject here, and then also we did have the 725 rejection off the breaker and this hourly equilibrium, which created another really nice short signature. Right now, it looks like New York AM session wants to continue higher. So for myself, I'm not super interested in anything right now. SMT at the 4 hour, as we had mentioned. What do I want to see? Well, a manipulation of some external range liquidity, which ES is currently doing, NQ has not quite yet, hence why we have SMT. So ideally what I would like to see is a manipulation of the highs and have ES start telling the true story. So if we manipulate these highs, reject, form some type of reversal signature up at these highs, I can anticipate that NASDAQ, the lagging asset, is going to do the same thing with this SMT, or is not going to sweep these highs and is going to reject lower. So that's when I will be looking for a short position. SPX is on high watch for me as well. Finally, someone that looks at the SPX chart. That's funny. Grizzly Physique makes the charts confusing with the information. What do you mean with the information, Grizzly? Oops, that's all the videos. That's from the video I was just filming for y'all. Whoops. Get this deleted here. Why you're not bullish on YM take the day low? Currently not. CL 15 minute 60. Yeah, I'm not really interested. Like technically, yes, we are having a 3 candle expansion. This is our PO3 expansion right now on the daily. I don't know, I'm not interested right now in that just because New York didn't present me an opportunity to enter into longs. So, like, unless we talk about this manipulation, this 9 a.m. sweep at the 8 a.m. low, but, you know, that wasn't... Honestly, yeah, this would have been a nice long signature here, but it was kind of right at that 9:30 open, which doesn't give me too much confidence in it. I mean, here, if we just look at this chart, we did see a manipulation of this 8 o'clock low, followed by a change in state of delivery that was formed. Closure above that creates a long signature. So technically we are going long, but we see here ES is actually showcasing some relative weakness on the bull side and more bear side here. So I'm interested in looking for potential shorts up at these highs. That's just for myself currently. Let's look at how gold's looking right now. There we go. New York AM session on gold is smashing lower here. Manipulated these lows. Created a short signature, C2 up at these highs around minus 4.5 standard deviation, as well as, let's see, CL. CL here too. CL 830 low, have not manipulated the 8 o'clock low, but we are above the hourly equilibrium now. So we'll see how we react to this breaker and if we get an expansion leg lower or something else. So it's a couple things to watch right now, honestly. I'm sitting back on the charts, you know, want to start off on Monday with a banger, right? So start off on Monday with a banger. How are we all doing though? How's everybody in chat doing today? I'm selling SPX UDT vertical spread, so if you confirm direction, I will be following. Oh boy, I think you should analyze the direction you want to take. I don't want to be responsible for the position. This is educational purposes. The only thing I will say I'm watching for SPX is a rejection off this 4-hour breaker. A rejection off this 4-hour breaker, and I want to see some retrace to these drawn liquidities at these lows here, ideally. Is there any new course in the Market Lens Garrett course? I don't know. I'm in the lens as a friend, but I'm not in the lens, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. Sorry about that, boss. Maybe looking for short on NQ. Yeah, that's what I'd ideally like to see. We see ES is weakening here on the bull side, so I'm interested to see if we get some type of bearish confirmation. Like back below an hourly EQ would be a good first signature, then a change in state of delivery with the sweep of the 8 o'clock high. Because if you think about this right now, what is 9 o'clock doing? 9 o'clock, both on NASDAQ and ES, is sweeping the 9 a.m. high, right? Or the 8 a.m. high. The 8 a.m. high. So what I want to see is some type of manipulation of that high, which is what we have right now. And then this creates that change in state of delivery for us to trade. So that's what I'd be interested in right now. Also, apologies if the setup's a little whack, guys. We are currently not at home, so I just want to make sure Hey, what's up, Funded? Good seeing you, boss man. Yeah, gold was looking nice for those short setups, just from those lows here. Gold already did form that short signature that I originally wanted when I was looking at this massive accumulation phase. Which model do you teach in the lab? I teach the Candle to Unicorn as well as the T-Trades Fractal model. What other confluences do you use for daily bias and trades in general? Equilibrium, higher time frame liquidity sweeps, and then engulfing candles, actually. Engulfing and reversal candles, so reversal signatures. Where's the short plus 400 point from yesterday? Oh, nice. Don't you use YM and RTI when looking for divergences? I do. I don't like YM as much. I honestly should start incorporating it a little more, but I'm not as big of a fan of using YM that often. EQ, how to find which lagging asset and which one is not an SMT. The one that's, if once we've created SMT, what's the one that is sweeping? What's the one that swept the move? The one that swept the move is the leading. The one that did not sweep, which created SMT, like in this example with the 4 hour. We currently now actually no longer have SMT at these highs. We swept the SMT at the highs, but originally ES had swept that original 6 o'clock hourly and 4 hour high. NASDAQ did not. And so NASDAQ is the lagging asset because we did not sweep that high versus ES did. That's how you find the lagging asset. Are you already on the new contract or wait till it expires? I'm already on the new contract. Yes. NQ sweep. I know. There we go. There's an NQ sweep as well. Very interested to see some type of confirmation lower here. I don't know. I'm not interested in longs right now. I feel like longs are very dried out. A lot of people do have a very bullish bias after the Sunday open. But if we think about this is, almost a 400 point move back into these highs. So for me personally, when I see a 400 point move since Sunday open, I'm looking for short setups since it looks like market is drying out a little on these longs, especially now we're starting to see more aggressive short setups up here. Would you enter now since we are close to 10 a.m.? I'm honestly going to wait until 10 a.m. Right now, I'm not seeing any immediate signature, so I'll be waiting until 10 a.m. Great question. The lab cavalry is coming. There we go. Why is the lab cavalry coming? Oh gosh. Hit 1 hour CB2. Yep. This is true. Right now I'm analyzing NQ through this. I have the right contract on my broker on my screen, but not on here. Hey, what's up, Dean? Good seeing you. We were sent by Bray. Bray's shouting me out. What a goat. Oh, I love Bray. Bray's the absolute goat. I love Bray so much. He's actually the nicest person ever. All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. See, what did I talk about at these highs? We're seeing a short signature potentially form here. We swept the 8 o'clock high through this 9 o'clock. So what I would like to see is if we don't sweep it yet, I'd want to see some type of 10 a.m. form. Because this was the sweep, right? So as funny as this sounds, if we get a closure below this base here, this is the bearish change in state of delivery. A closure below here will yield a nice short setup, right? So it is a very wide stop, right? This is a wide stop, but we would utilize some type of breaker or even the equilibrium of the previous hourly. So we could use the 9 o'clock EQ. And then we will target a 2R on that trade. So ideally a 2R or also target London session low. That would be ideal. But this is kind of the vision I have right now with NASDAQ and ES, guys. Equilibrium of wick or candle? EQ of the entire candle, the wick and the body. EQ you always map out by the wicks. Never map out equilibrium just by the bodies. That never works super well. No 3-minute SIST. There probably is a 3-minute SIST. I was just hyper fixated on the 5. Looks like we actually do have a 3-minute change in state here. No. Yeah, it'd be the same move on this 3-minute SIST. It's an undisrupted move here. So it's a very wide change in state of delivery. Now let's go to 1 minute. Oh my God, 1 minute SIST. Yeah, there was that 1 minute long signature that formed. We're rejecting off of that 15-minute EQ now. Yeah, I'm just going to let it do its thing right now. That was retrace until expansion higher now. Play it safe, you know? Yeah, we do have a little more upside to go. It's looking like it. Let's see what we're looking like on the 4 hour as well. Oop. On the 4 hour, yeah. Yeah, we got a bit of move here on this 4 hour. Like, this is what I was talking about, this 3-minute sisty here. Correct, Johnny. I trade the C2 sweep. I enjoy trading the candle 2 sweeps. So even before the candle 2 closure, I told him to pop in, drop some likes, and say hello. See ya, Dan, our brother in here. What's up, Dan? We were sent by Bray. Tell Bray I say thank you, and Bray's the GOAT. And I love Bray. Yeah, that 1-minute sisty traders. Actually, I mean, this one minute here was pretty nice. It played out to that minus 4.5 standard deviation, but you know, you would have had to enter a couple points sooner. It's a 60, yeah, about a 50-point stop. Instant pop. Nice, dude. There we go. That's what we like to hear, Zinc. What do you think about CL hour 4 C2 forming? Look, I don't like that my data is delayed on those charts. I don't know why it's delayed on. It just decides to be delayed on those charts. Ooh, CL I like on the 5-minute above this bullish breaker here. These CL shorts, ooh, those are also beautiful. Let's see the CL 4 hour here. Whoops. Watching your videos and you used 4-hour wick EQ. I use the 4-hour as well as the 1-hour. I prefer actually using the 1-hour wick EQ, but 4-hour is good for longer moves. Like if we retrace in this 4-hour EQ, I can and respect that I can expect a potential other 4-hour expansion. And Q ready for that 3-minute sisty. It's looking like it. First time on the live, learning a lot thus far. Hey Steven, welcome to live. Great to have you here. How do you decide if you trade the 3-minute or 5-minute? Honestly, whichever one forms a better setup. If I see, you know, a breaker form on the 3-minute as well as change state of delivery, sweep of a 30-minute candle low, then 3-minute looks good. If the hourly looks really good, if we're sweeping hourly low, hourly EQ, 5-minute breaker, then I'll trade the 5. It really just goes hand in hand, so whatever one I'm really feeling. Candle 2 unicorn is the fractal model with a breaker block. I mean, CL honestly has some relatively clean movements. I'm a fan of CL. I like CL. How does it compare? You do have commodities do have quite a bit of accumulation before expansion, and these accumulations will happen for a while sometimes. But we see here like CL finally had a breakout after May, and now we're having an expansion higher. So I like them. I don't trade them all the time. I prefer NQ and ES, but you know, still really fun assets to trade. Yeah, so watching these 3 minutes right now, honestly, not a bad signature here on ES. ES also formed that long signature there with both a break above the breaker. So this is a candle to unicorn setup. So honestly, not bad there. That led to a very nice long. Are there any educational videos of your strategy in your channel? Almost all of my videos actually showcase my strategy. You'll see my trade recap videos. My most recent one, which I'm forgetting what it's called, it's the A plus C2 trade recap, as well as defining A plus setups without forcing a trade. That's probably one of my favorite videos I've made. And then defining A plus. So the previous 3 videos I released, I think, are pretty sweet. I don't know if chat agrees, but I'd say that they're pretty sweet, eh? What do we think, chat? Were they sweet? All right, SBX here pulling into this breaker here too. I'm just really wanting to play. Do you ever look at Dax Jeff? I do not. All right, guys, that is a bit of a pop-up here on these longs. Damn, okay. I guess we're just going rippy now. All right, well, let's cheers to that, I guess. Jeepers nuts. Sorry, which videos? My 3 most recent videos, actually, I'd say are really solid. Waiting for 10 a.m. now, right? Yeah, I'm just waiting for 10 a.m. No reason to play anything out right now. I'm just going to wait for 10 a.m. MNQ just hit previous day high. Yep. Enticing FOMO. Yeah, I'm just sitting back here. Previous day high taken. Yep. Do you only enter positions post 9:30 open, or how early are you willing to enter? I'll enter sometimes around. It really depends, but sometimes you will catch me entering around, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Alex cooked on GC shorts. I'm not surprised, dude. He was mapping. I was watching him map that trade out. He was fucking laser locked in on that trade. He's the GOAT, dude. Alex is the GOAT, man. That dude is the GOAT. Let's actually peep these GC shorts. Probably, yeah. Oh, bread and butter, baby. Bread and butter off that 9:30. Oh my god. That's what I was looking at as well. Oh boy. Trump news, yeah. Oh boy. What do we have? What do we have at 10 o'clock here? Nothing. All right. 20-year bond auction. Oh boy. That's like nothing. All right. Well, that's the expansion for sure. Gold dumped. Yeah. Gold absolutely melted. Jesus Christ. Daily VI hit. Yeah, they're great. The videos are really good. Sweet. Thank you. We'll watch them. Of course. Do you ever look at Daxter 40? I do not, Simon. I do not. Danny, previous day high taken. Enticing FOMO. Indices rising. Gold dumping. I know. Gold is crashing. 4 hour at 61.26. Wait, I am seeing Wednesday the 11th. 4 hour 61.26. Interesting. Yeah, that high is at 60.74 from that Wednesday. Wednesday high was 60.24. Yeah, or no, sorry, 60.74. Wow, we are getting just a rocket higher, guys. All right, well, that invalidates that change in state. Let's look at GC now. Yeah, honestly, wow. I mean, that short signature is pretty solid. I literally was saying that's a closure below the EQ. We manipulated those lows, rejected at that 9:15. We manipulated those lows, rejected higher, and then formed another short signature without a sweep of a previous high too on this short. We actually no, that's a lie. We swept the previous hourly high on the 9 o'clock here. Oh, I should have seen that. All right, well, that happens, guys. Yeah, gold dumped big time. I didn't see this manipulation of this 8 o'clock high here on gold. Little error on my end here. We see this 8 o'clock formed, 9:05 swept that high, formed a short signature off that sweep. So even though this was a very slow start to that short, that still was a valid short entry signature. All good though, guys. I really don't want to force any trades in for today. I think that's the best thing we can do is not do that, actually. And also, if you guys haven't already, remember to get on the new NASDAQ contracts. All right, we are forming a... Not seeing delayed data again, am I? No. NQM, it should be the NQU. September, June of 2026. Yeah, what? Yeah, weird. What's going on here? Are you meeting T-Trade in Europe? I am, actually, yes. Told you gold looking good for short. Yeah, Tony, I did see that, but did not look for that. I didn't see that 8 o'clock sweep of that high, so that was a fumble on my end. It happens, Sometimes it just happens, guys. Sometimes you just don't take the trade. NQU 2025. All right, we're good. We're at 4% today already. Be careful. Oh, yeah. So we don't use the June 2025 anymore. Apparently not, no. We are changing to the NASDAQ NQUs for the rollover. Your broker will automatically switch it. If you trade on Tradeovate, your broker will automatically signal that for you as well, by the way. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. Your broker should do that for you. Just an FYI. Oh my God. That's NQ long signature. Beautiful. Beauty. Continuous contract will update. Yeah. Correct. Continuous contract will update. This is true. Honestly, just kind of waiting now. We're just getting an expansion higher now. So now I feel like I'm just going to be pretty hyper fixated on catching some type of reversal signature. So just going to play relatively patient right now, not force any trade setups. And, I want to start off my Monday well, right? It's the most important thing. I leave to Europe tomorrow in the evening. So I'd prefer to just, take today slower, wait for an A+, start off the week with a banger so I won't be able to trade all of Tuesday. So that would be ideal for myself, I know my limits. I have problems to identify a bounce off the EQ. How are you doing it? If you get a light candle body closure below, wait for the next 5 minute or 3 minutes to see what happens. Or if you just wick the equilibrium and reject higher, then that's another area where you can look for it. That is an expansion. Oh, nice. Have a nice trip. Thank you. Feels good to have had news come out after I got in the trade up 300. Nice. Good work, Zinc. Does a huge move since 1800 mean PM likely to be better than AM? Honestly, not really. Just because we had quite a big, I would have been more worried, but we had a decent accumulation phase during London, which made the move. I mean, I like seeing accumulation. Is a simple way. I really like seeing accumulation, and we saw that. So honestly, I'm more okay with this AM session move. Better come to Austria one day. I totally should. Maybe I'll put that on the bucket list. That'll be fun. I want to do a Europe meet and greet. That'd be sick. Imagine how dope that'd be if I did a Europe meet and greet. Yeah, minus 4.5 standard deviation played out on both here. I think I'm just going to sit back on the saddle for now, guys. No reason to force a trade. We're going to wait it out. Play it safe. You better be coming. Thanks. Yeah, of course. Does a huge move? Oh, nice. Have a nice trip. Yeah. How are we all doing though? How's all the fam doing in the stream right now? We all doing well? How was the weekends? Did we reset well? So if you haven't already, feel free to like the stream once again. Helps out the channel quite a bit, especially if you do enjoy the content and the videos that I am releasing. Feel free to make your way to that like button and subscribe if you're new here. I know we definitely have a couple new faces in here. I see it because I see a couple new names as well. So if you haven't already, welcome, and feel free to like the stream, engage with it, ask me any questions you have. I love answering questions while I wait for these setups to form. So don't hesitate to let me know. I will be more than happy to answer your guys' questions. There's this next 3-minute candle formation on NASDAQ, pulling into the EQ of the previous candle. Let's see what happens here. We're in Europe. I'll be in the south of France, in Cassis. So if anybody is close to Cassis, pull up. I'll be in Cassis for a little over a month. I do not. 10 a.m. sweep. Correct, that is a 10 a.m. sweep with a 9 a.m. high. Good eye. Good eye. That's a great eye. Good work. Good work, boss man. You're hired. Come to Greece. I'll be in Greece. I'll be in Greece September 1st to September 6th. So if you're in Greece, I'll be there. Yeah, I do speak French. If you come to Europe, you might come to Spain, mate. A bit hot right now, but it's nice as fuck. Dude, I'm thinking about it. I'm starting in Athens, and then I'm going to Santorini with the lady. But I'll be in Athens for about 2 days. Puis j'allais au wash closet. Oh là là. Ah, tu parles français aussi, c'est pas mal. I want to move to Spain. Nice. Putin de Paris. Very hot. Yeah, not surprised. It's going to be hot. Even in the south of France, it's going to be super hot. All right, well, I'm watching this change in state of delivery here. Closure below. Gold is just going straight dump, so I'm just letting gold do its thing. You know, let's hype up gold a little bit here. Not interested, right? Yeah, Tariq, I do though. And then Panasat, yeah, I don't know if you heard my response to your question, but gold is dying. Yeah, gold is dying. I'm losing the value of my necklace. I'm kidding. If you want to come to Mallorca, you're more than welcome here, bro. Hey. Greatest compliment, pas mal. Un Américain qui parle français est rare. Ah, tu parles français aussi, Georgia? I don't know. I have quite a few American friends that speak French. My best friend is Belge. Greatest compliment, pas mal. That's great. The fractal entry would be just after the 3-minute 60. Yeah, if we saw a closure below, correct. Then that would be a fractal entry. If you're waiting on NQ reversal, I assume that you don't look higher time frame as much. I do, but we just had such an aggressive move that I am actually more short biased today. I'm going to be completely transparent. Tu es magnifique, merci Dumbo. Moi aussi. Ah, we have all different. Look at this. Everybody's just pulling up now. This is sick. On a tous les Français. Yeah, my dad and my mom are both from France. Dad from the south of France, mom from Paris. So we're just gonna make this a French stream, Spanish and French. Oh, sweet, Kilo, that's awesome. Very cool. I'd be playing Warzone with some French guys. Enchanté. Hi, dude, big fan. Arun, welcome. Good seeing you, boss. I'd be playing, dude, Warzone. Oh gosh, I used to play Warzone. It's in a minute. I'm out of my gamer era, but God, I miss playing games like that. 3-minute 60 would also be a 1-minute breaker, right? You would be very correct. Yes, it would also be a 1-minute breaker. I live in SoCal. Nice. I'm based in NorCal. I am a California boy. You ever been to Sardinia and Italy? I have not. I actually took a train past it a few summers ago. I did not. Oh, reject off this Sisti here. It's actually a good short that I'm watching here. I want to see this confirmation. Give it to me. I haven't been to Sardinia. I've been actually wanting to. I'm hoping to be... Ah, c'est vrai, ça, les Canadiens. Comme c'est un peu le français. Ouais, j'ai oublié que t'es Canadien, Georgia. What about the high on the left? What do you mean the high on the left? This is 10 o'clock sweeping. 10 o'clock swept that 9 o'clock high. So 10 o'clock actually is forming a higher time frame sweep. 30-minute and an hourly sweep, actually. So want to see this 3-minute change in state delivery get a closure below. What's your target if you enter the short? Would be interested in just looking for a 2R. So in a perfect situation, if we got a closure just below the change in state, would use the high of the change in state and then target a 2R. So would be right before the hourly EQ, or right before this 30-minute EQ, actually. That'd be where I'm watching. Like the stream, guys. What Georgia said. 300 watch the stream. This is pretty crazy. This is pretty nuts. Guys, I'm not used to having this many chats while I stream. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird. Like the stream, Sisti candle needs 2 to 3 continuous uninterrupted. Nope, Sistis can be formed by one singular sweep candle. If we had a very aggressive 10 o'clock sweep like this, where 10 o'clock sweep to 9 o'clock high, this is also a very valid single change in state of delivery candlestick on the 3-minute. Because if you think about it, two change in states are in correlation with other time frames. So if you have a 3-minute change in state of delivery happens, it also means that you had a 3-minute sweep. So the 10 until the 10:03, 1, 2, and 3 created a sweep here too, right? So that's what I mean. You don't need to just stick with, you don't need 2 to 3 continuous. It's sometimes nice because you get more of a confirmed move and you know it's less of a manipulation through news data. But that's absolutely something you can do. All right, this short signature is starting to look nice here. I'm interested in looking for these shorts now. I'm going to watch ES and NQ, see what we find here, right? That will be where we still got a little more on the upside, I think. Honestly, we're pulling into this EQ zone. This is my only concern with this short, but this 2R would play out if we get a light closure below. It would play out before that EQ rejection of the previous 30-minute, of that 9:30 to 10 o'clock EQ. So, it's a tough one. It's a tough one, guys. Do you ever leave a runner or pyramid into positions? I most of the time leave a runner, Victor. I most of the time leave a runner. If I'm trading MNQ, most of the time I typically trade with about 1 to 2 minis though, and you're actually 1 to 3 minis. So if I'm trading more than 2 minis, I'll typically take one out at 2R and leave one runner. Wow, that was an aggressive pull below that SIST there. ES pulling the same move here. We're getting this closure below this change in state. So I'm interested in looking for these shorts. Gotta put an announcement here. So ideally, in a perfect world, I'd want the change in state to be right around here, right? That would be like the most ideal setup here if we get this formation. Nope, no entry has been taken yet. We still have not gotten a closure below that 3-minute SIST, so I'm not interested in an entry yet. No entry model. Damn, the SIST got teased. It did. Do you always aim for 2R, always a larger TPs? I do 2R and then I'll leave runners for high interest liquidity zones. So, you know, if we have a previous daily high or previous daily low, that's within reach, right? If it's not like an 11R trade. Yeah, MV trade if you actually check the description of the channel. ES created 1 to 2 minute IFEG. This is true. It did as well. We do have some inversion. We do have this fair value here that formed as well. So I'd be interested to see what happens on these shorts. I could just not, these shorts could also just not play out. And that's going to be the reality today, right? Yeah, MV, if you do check the description, do you average down? I do not ever average down. Are you in? I'm not. Wait for a retest. Exactly. That's what I'm doing. What do you do when price runs away past SIST and closes? Honestly, then it's an invalidation of a SIST and I look for a following SIST. Like what we're seeing right here, we have this closure above. It's still a 10 o'clock sweep, but here, you know, clearly it wants to expand higher. So this is an invalidated short. So sitting on my hands for right now. Right, so this is an invalidated short signature on NASDAQ, so I'm just not interested and I'm sitting back now, right? No reason to be taking anything. Clearly NASDAQ and ES want to expand higher, so I'm not interested in this. No entry, no entry. I don't average down in trades as well. Averaging down is, if you have to average down a position most of the time, you're over leveraging on a trade or you're not confident with your original model entry. So I honestly never recommend averaging down on positions, to be completely honest with you. Could you take out Thursday high at 193 then reverse? There's also a chance for that, yes. See what happens, right? We're just getting this clear expansion higher here. Let me just look at my broker as well. Yeah, NQU 2020. I don't know why the data is getting delayed on some of those charts. SMT at the highs. Yeah, SMT once again. SMT once again at the highs. The classics. The absolute classics, right? Red run. Yeah, this is just going to be an expansion. Are you worried about the bullish 3-minute fair value gap if we take a short here? Honestly, that is one of the concerns with that. But we are past that minus 4.5 standard deviation on NASDAQ, so I'm not too worried, but at the same time, I'm not getting anything that's yielding a high value setup right now for myself. I did miss those gold shorts that opened with that sweep, so that was a fumble on my end, but you know, so be it, guys. You can't win them all, right? CL with these New York shorts as well. What an aggressive 3-minute short into this 3-minute breaker too. Holy cow. Hey, I mean, that's a technical C2U, so that played out too, but you know. I'm watching for Thursday high. What is your fractal indicator? It's the T-Trades fractal model. Thursday's high is so close, correct. I never understand that. Averaging down and taking a jab at the setup, to me, it sounds like you don't got confidence in your model and trades. Absolutely. That's what I was just mentioning, right? If you feel the need to average down a position, it means you might have not gotten a good entry, or maybe you just missed your entry signature and you should just be waiting for the next trade. I think I'm out for today. Tomorrow there will be another opportunity for sure. Exactly. No need to force anything right now in these trades. We're just getting a very aggressive expansion higher from this New York AM session. So, you know, sitting back might actually just be the best move of the morning for you, you know? What firms are you currently trading with? Top Step, My Funded Futures, or My Funded Futures as of recently actually, but Top Step, Apex, and then a personal trading account. That's what I trade with. Do you market and usually after the close or wait for a retest? Wait, do you market and usually after the close or wait for a retest? Typically after close. Just joined, curious why the short setup was invalidated after sweeping the highs again. It invalidated the change in state of delivery. That 10 o'clock sweep, basically, it's broken the high, so we're forming a new change in state now. So it's an invalidation of the change in state of delivery. If we'd seen a closure below and not a closure above the high of that change in state, then it would have been a validation, but we closed above the previous high, which was the sweep, the original 10 o'clock sweep of the 9 o'clock high. So we saw that as an invalidation because we created a new high, which is a new sweep of a higher time frame, right? We are sweeping higher and higher right now, which is creating this bullish leg, right? Expansion, retracement, expansion, retrace, expansion now because we've now formed a higher high. Do you use a copy trader, Replicanto? Yes, I do. I use Replicanto. I love Replicanto. It's my goat. That's how you trust your model. Yep, that's how I trust. I think that. Would you look for another short on this new SIST? Currently, no. Clearly, it wants to see an expansion higher, so I want to wait to see highs get taken out, and then I want to see some type of correlation with ES and NQ of weakening bullish volume, right? I thought we were seeing a decent short setup forming here with this aggressive bearish closure, pretty close to that change in state of delivery, but we didn't. So now I'm just waiting for this expansion to finish up here, and then I will be interested in that trade. How many prop firms do you copy trade? I have 5 Top Step, 10 Apex, and I'm actually working on passing 2 of the My Funded Futures. That's how you trust your model. Exactly. Who do you use for options broker? I grew up trading E-Trade, so I trade E-Trade options. I also trade on Webull. I have smaller size in my Webull, but Webull and E-Trade are my 2 main brokers. How do you choose whether you want a short long ES versus NQ? In this example, it looks like you're choosing the NQ short over ES short. Why? Great question. NASDAQ was showcasing, we see here just on this closure here of that 10 o'clock, NASDAQ was showcasing more bearish movement, right? ES had a bullish closure, then a bearish closure. NASDAQ had a bearish closure and a bearish closure, right? So I was just seeing more of a bearish signature forming on NASDAQ, which made me interested in this potential short. Patience like a doctor. Honestly, guys, if you want to win, that's what you got to do. I'm going to be honest. You keep saying you want to win, and then you force trade setups. That's not how you do it. I got to be honest with you guys. It's just not how you do it. That is just not how you do it. Right? So it's just, recommend if they have not already traded or are just now looking to force a setup, just get out the market. Just get out the market. There's no reason. You're gonna stress yourself out way more than you need to. Right. Yeah, I'm out. See you on Wednesday, Leia. Arturo, thanks for popping by the stream. Oh wait, Honore, your message got deleted. You might need to retype that. I don't know why. Do you live stream every day? I do not. I would like to live stream more. I'll probably live stream 3-4 days a week when I am in Europe. I have a plane flight tomorrow and I'll be out for 2 days, so I'll be back though. Have the patient for shorts, it will pay handsomely. Exactly, Zicky, right? Patience like a doctor. So Steven, did that make sense though? How I explained, why I choose ES versus NQ? Did that make sense for your question? Yeah, I'm out to you on Wednesday. So valid Cysti is after hourly sweeps in the first swing point. Typically, yes, but you can also use 30-minute sweeps. Replicanto is not free. Replicanto is it's honestly a relatively expensive copy trader, but if you're making money from prop firms, then on your first payout you pay for a year. Would you consider the 10:15 candle on minute 3 as OB if it reverses the falling candle? Would you consider 10:15? Honestly, yes, correct. I would be interested in that. Yes, I did. If you choose to skip the original Cysti entry because the stop loss is too big, how do you enter the move if there's still room for draw on liquidity? I look for other layers of confluence to potentially mark my stop. So one of the reasons I really like the candle to unicorn setup, which is what I'll showcase here really quick, like here. What did we see happen on the 3-minute, right? If I see a very aggressive move, because we had the 9 o'clock sweep, the 8 o'clock low, which created a very aggressive change in state of delivery with this closure here, right? You would have been talking about, yeah, actually, it's not that bad. That's actually not bad. That's a 50-point stop. 50-point stop isn't that bad. But 50-point stop, you could use, a previous hourly equilibrium as your stop period, or because one thing that I'm actually going to go through in one of my videos is when you trade equilibriums or when you trade the fractal model. Hold up, guys. I'm going to give you the sauce right now. When you trade fractals and let's say 9:30 open gives you a very aggressive open and you take an entry because an entry signature was formed within your model, you can actually utilize equilibrium because the chance of an aggressive closure leading to an equilibrium retest is very low. So as long as you have a valid entry, the chance that market will retest a previous EQ is very, very low. So this is a good stop period. So instead of, if we entered in this original fractal here with the stop at that change in state of delivery low, that's a 55-point stop. A lot of people are not interested in a 55-point stop, but you could move that stop to just at your equilibrium, maybe a point below, which is now a 37-point stop targeting a 2R on this position. So now we let this trade play out. We just go forward a little bit here. And you see NASDAQ created that expansion, right? And so the only thing we retested after that break was the 8 a.m. high, but we did not retest the low because we had such an aggressive 9:30 open. That's the sauce. Grateful to have found your live, Steven. I'm really happy to hear that. And I'm very grateful to have you on the live, dude. Took ES longs after 5-minute fair value. Great work. Super great work, boss man. Happy to hear it. Yeah, you know what? It's a slower day for me, and that's okay. It's a Monday. I'm getting ready to travel, right? So I'm excited. What was the sauce? You gotta look back. That's right where I took longs previous day high in London. High lined up perfectly. Nice. Here, Marcus, go back 2 minutes on the live, and you'll see it. You mean the EQ from previous 1 hour? Correct. The EQ from previous 1 hour. I might have misstated it. I meant the EQ from previous 1 hour. If you haven't already, by the way, feel free to like the stream, folks. Helps me out a bunch when you guys are supporting the channel. We have 289 of us and 88 likes. I know we can get it a little higher. Let's get it to 100. Let's get it to 150. Let's get half of you guys to like the stream. You and Mr. Zink are awesome. Mr. Zink is my goat. I love Mr. Zink. Correct. There will be. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, Rixie. That's all I'm going to say. Stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, let's see how SPX is reacting to this breaker here. We are pulling heavy into this breaker right now. It's really about finding the quality in those setups. Like right now we are in a very good position, right? So I'm very confident in just sitting back on my hands and waiting for a setup. Interested in the 3-minute SIST close on NQ. We still haven't, we're still within the same 30-minute. So I'm actually not too interested in that SIST yet. Currently not. Because it's within the same 30-minute. Danny, yes you can. Yes you can. We have a bunch of options content there. Do you also trade options on the higher time frame? What about the 5-minute SIST? 5-minute SIST would be one I'm more interested in. Something I'd be way more interested in. Potential 30-minute C2, right? You would be correct. All right, there's 725. We're getting a bit of an aggressive move here on that 725. Nope. Alrighty, potential 30-minute C2 here. Yeah, we are getting a potential 30-minute C2 forming. This is true. Honestly, not super. Today's not really a day I'm really feeling like I want to take a trade. We got such an aggressive expansion since that Sunday open. And since Sunday open, we've just had a crazy few 4-hour expansions higher and higher, right? So am I interested in a setup right now? Not really, no. We moved from 21,733 and now we're at 22.2, which is quite the aggressive move. And here right now, it's now seeming like on this 3-minute, we're having a light accumulation forming at these highs. So showcasing some type of relative bullish weakness. So we'll see. So forming a 3-minute SIST is in the 30-minute is not that trustable. It would be. We see here I'm not seeing any aggressive movement happening, so I'm a little worried to see if this is just an accumulation before a continued expansion higher. 1-minute SIST time to full port. Oh boy, I'm not gonna respond to that one. Oh boy, yeah. See the 1 minute though, not too good. Too much noise in the 1 minute. What do you mean when you say not interested because we're still within the same 30-minute? Do you want to wait? I would like to see a new 30-minute high be swept, Steven. Correct. Exactly. I would want to see the 10:30 because 10:30 now opens in 3 minutes, right? So I'd want to see 10:30 open, I want to see the 10:30 to 11 a.m. candle form and sweep the 10 to 10:30 high before forming a short signature. That's what I would be most interested in, Steven. Who else gives alert on the lab? Oh boy, we have all the folks. We've got Bray, Juno, Kane, Alex, Candace. Then we've got all the crypto boys: Lala, Ken, Crier, Deda, and yeah, that's basically we've got all the brothers there. Got quite a big crew actually of alerters. When Kane alerts you, full port everything. Oh boy. Do you have any social media, any public Instagram account? I do. Leo Liquidity. It should be in the description. BNM. So you use both 1 hour and 30-minute highs and lows sweeps. Correct. 1 hour and 30-minute ones through backtesting I found yield the highest probability trades. If you have a 30-minute, 30 minutes, or half of an hourly candlestick, so even though they are slightly lower probability, I've found that if you find them and line them up with other layers of confluence, you can get a high value trade setup. I do prefer though seeing hourly sweeps. Hourly sweeps part of the 5-minute change in state of delivery. Nah, when Leo alerts you full port, oh boy, I'm not going to condone that. I am not liable for any losses, guys. I'm not a perfect trader by any means. Who runs London session lab? Candace, I know sometimes trades London session. It really depends. A lot of the crypto guys do too, but Candace trades both London and also she trades Asia session as well. But I believe she does London. Candace does London, if I'm correct. 1 hour equals 5 Siski, 30 equals 3 minutes Siski. Correct? Steven, spot on. All right, so here's the formation of the new 30-minute candle. Here's this 10:30, right? So I'd like to see a sweep of the 10 to 10:30 high for the 10:30 to 11 candle, which now, see, we are sweeping this high now. We just swept the high, and now I want to see some type of short signature form. That's what I would be most interested in. Candace and Juno, correct. You're right. Juno does trade London as well. Still new to the lab, so I'm catching my drift. I'm still trying to get on it. Took you as long as after 5-minute inverse and got 5 points. There we go. We'll take that. Sam, thanks for that, by the way. If you haven't already, guys, let's like this stream. Helps me out a ton. Yeah, so honestly right now, what I'm watching for, I've got of course, yeah, thank you for that, Sam. I think we should be clear now for the downside. Tips on pushing through a long run. Ooh, hell yeah, I love some exercise questions. Danny, if a long run is really starting to hurt, drop the pace a little bit, right? Because long runs, the importance of long runs isn't your pace, especially if you're starting off. It's more just establishing an aerobic base for your body to be able to push that distance. So if you're on a long run and you're really struggling, play some good music, drop the pace by 5 to 20 seconds per mile, let the body ease back into a pace, and then you can increase back to your intended long run pace. But that'll help a little bit if you just decrease the pace a little, because the more you focus, the more aerobic volume you build, the better you're going to be at it as a runner, since you are now establishing the aerobic base to run longer distances more consistently. So that's what I'd recommend, Danny. Honestly, that'd be my biggest recommendation for you. Any shoe recommendations? New Balance Fuel Cell V4s, Brooks Ghosts, quite a few. Thanks for that, of course. All right, guys, so 10:30 is sweeping, this 10:30 to 10:33 3-minute is sweeping the previous 30-minute high. So the one thing I'm looking for, and I might just be too short biased today, and realistically market wants to expand higher. Yeah, honestly, this is what I'm just looking for shorts here, but I will be ending the stream. I'll leave 5 minutes for questions right now, and then see if the short setup forms, and then I will be ending the stream. So I'll go through some questions right now, though. Any shoe recommendations? Yeah, thanks for that, of course, Danny. How do you find that I'm trading the pressure for making it? PSA, you find other streams. It's honestly, it's a little stressful at first, but once you have a process defined, it's not as stressful. It's really not as stressful. It's like build some type of consistency through your model. Like there's some days I don't trade 4 days of the week. This happened 2 weeks ago. Where I took what was it? One loss on Monday, one loss on Wednesday, no trades on Tuesday, no trade on Friday. And on Thursday, I took 2 beautiful short setups through A+ and made 4.4R, which was perfect, right? How often are you on the live? I'm trying to do 3 to 4 days a week, Steven. So honestly, that helped a lot. What's your 1 mile time? 4:21:17 track. 4:21 is my mile PR. How to best build aerobic volume, just longer and longer. Start with a mile, slowly increase. Do anywhere from a 3 to 5% increase per week on volume, and then focus just on distance over pace. I am in Dexter. Tips on how to trade out of drawdown. If you're in drawdown, you need to trade lighter size and just recompound it. Too many people are in drawdown and think that they need to trade heavy size so that one good trade takes them back out of drawdown. I'm telling you right now, that's exactly how people burn all their accounts. Trade 1 to 3 minis, build the consistency, build your way back to your original break even, and then start back from ground zero. Monthly R depends. Typically, I shoot from anywhere to like 5. I'd say around, most weeks I hit around 6 to 10 R. So I'll be anywhere on a monthly basis from 20 to 30 R. It really depends though. Any videos on options trades with zinc? I'm in the process of making those right now. Tips on how to trade. I hope that helped though, Simon. Monthly R, so yeah, answer that question. Do you separate OBs as valid, which some touch POI and then create it as T did, or don't? I do, Jafar, I do. Nice, thanks. You live on Lab every other day that you are not live on YT? Yeah, for the most part, Mahdi, correct. If I have an open live spot, because we do have quite a few analysts. Just followed you on IG. I'm locked in on you, man. Steven, I appreciate that a lot. I really appreciate the support. Seriously, thank you for that. I'll be posting a bunch of stuff on the IG, so stay tuned. Even when I'm not active on trades from traveling, you'll see me on my IG answering questions, posting stuff. So, am I the black swan for not trading prop firms? I like prop firms just because the amount of capital with how little initial investment you need. That's like one of my more favorite things about prop firms. Any advice on scaling up with props? Focus on one account, right? Why buy 20 accounts if you can barely make money on one account? Take a payout from one account, use your first payout to fund your other prop firms. That's what I recommend to everybody who trades prop firms. That is absolutely what I recommend to everybody. Literally just learn to get a payout on 150K. And if you can't get a payout on 150K, why are you buying 20 accounts? It's not going to make it any different. The copy trading might make it a little better because you're like, oh, I'm now only need to make $50 and I'm now making $2,000. When in reality, no, just don't do that. Seriously, that's not going to help at all. All right, there's this nice sweep here, that 1030 sweep. Actually would be very interested in shorts. 421 sheets, that's amazing. I'm trying to hit 530. Track sales, you got that, dog, easily. Wow, well, there's a short signature I'm kind of was looking for here on NASDAQ. So, going to be looking for short setup. Lab in the house, hell yeah. Recommend no longer trading my own capital. I think if you can build consistency on a prop firm, build consistency on a prop firm before you risk your own personal. Because, prop firms allow for a $2,000, $3,000 drawdown. If you have a $2,000, $3,000 personal account and you can barely manage a 50K funded, there's a high chance you're going to lose a lot of the money on your personal. Do you have a video on your model? Quite a few. If you just go through my YouTube, I'd really recommend that. Recommend no longer trading. What's your win rate? Anywhere from, it really fluctuates, but it's anywhere from the 64 to 72%, sometimes a little lower. Lab in the house. While copy trading, loss will also be magnified and discourage our mind. Exactly this. 5 minute looks better. 5 minute does probably look a lot better here, right? Oh, 5 minute looks so much cleaner. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking for shorts below this change in state. Simple. I said what I said. Shorts below this change in state here. We're drawn out. I'd be interested in this big time. So if we get this short position closure below this change in state, this would kind of be the vision once again, right? Boom. Target A2R. Alrighty, back to some questions. It's a terrible plan. Ask me how I know. Hey Shannon, welcome to the stream. Good seeing you, Shannon. Yazir, so I don't know how you pronounce your name, by the way, so my apologies if I just butchered that. But yeah, so with the win rate though, like May was one of my best trading months. You guys probably saw, like even in the first 2 weeks I joined the lab, I was just on a tear. Win rate was actually above 75% in May, which was really, really crazy for myself. So yeah, that was good. But most of the time it really depends, right? We have harder months, we have harder weeks, and that really fluctuates the win percentage. But I've been focusing more on taking quality trades and limiting how much I've been taking, right? I could easily take EQ rejections higher or breaks above inversions, but for me, those don't yield as high probability as a fractal or a candle to unicorn, the CTU. So That's why I'm more interested in taking those higher probability trades, hence why I've been trading less, hence why when I take a loss means a lot more for my win rate than if I trade, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, right? I prefer 150Ks, more drawdown, way more room, allows you to actually trade, one mini on an A plus trade. Sophie, any advice on scaling size of prop firms? My biggest advice: get one account, get a payout on that account, fund your other prop firms. I want to get in a stream on YT. What you think, fam? Funded, do it, dude. Freaking do it, man. I'm gonna full port on the next lay alert and then sue if I lose. Oh boy. All right, somebody get him off my alerts. Hey, I'm not liable for any losses taken. This is purely for educational purposes. Boom. Legally safe. Alrighty, guys. Honestly, I think I'm going to end the stream here. We're getting a pretty aggressive move down to this change in state. Closure below this change in state, and you will see me enter a short position. So stay tuned, guys. A short position is looking like we are about to have it happen. ES is showing a very similar story too. We are getting a very nice bearish move here. So if we do close on this 5 minute below this change in state, I am going to be in this thing ASAP Rocky. So stay tuned, guys. But this 5 minute SIST is what I'm watching here for this short. Yeah, there was a nice little inverted on the 3 minute. I saw that. Mechie and aerospace engineering, Dexter. Market or limit? I'm just doing market. I'm going to do market with whatever the closing price is below this. What's the target? Always targeting a 2R. So I'll adjust depending on my entry, but this will be a short signature given. Yeah, there are equal lows at 22143. I do see that. Machinist? Oh, hell yeah, Joshua. Dude, I might actually have some questions for you, Joshua. Seriously, I might shoot you a message on Twitter about being a machinist. Have you changed contract dates yet? Or still using? I have changed contract dates. Yes, so those have been changed. Dexter, let me know if that answered your question. All right, guys, so I'm going to look for this 5 minute closure here. I hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but I do have some other things I need to get done. So I will be leaving the stream now, leaving you all in the dust. 5 minute SIST just looks a lot cleaner than the 3 minute. Look, 3 minute, there's a lot of noise. I mean, yeah, you could use the 3 minute and the 5 minute, whichever works, but now they're both aligning, right? The SIST on the 3 minute is the exact same as the 5 minute. It's the same exact closure. So it's literally almost the same exact closure here. So that's what I'm watching for. All right, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. If you haven't already, check the description. We've got quite a few really solid places for you guys to hop in and trade and whatever else. So if you haven't already, feel free to follow me on Twitter if you guys have not yet. And if you have followed my Twitter, well, fantastic. I'll be posting content there as well as my Instagram. Let me actually do this right now. I'm gonna get a couple links in here for you all to join. If I actually, oh damn, 1 second. Thanks, Leo. Have a good trip. Yeah, let me just get the live chat here. I'm going to post a couple links here as well as the Twitter. So if you guys haven't already, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I'll be posting a lot of content on there on a daily basis. Man, dude in the lab. There we go. Fun. Ayo, thanks. All right, guys. Well, really appreciate the support once again. For those of you that are new, once again, that have not liked the stream, we're at 128 likes. We just need 22 more people to like the stream. For me to hit 150 likes. So if you guys have not, if there's 22 of you that realize that you have not liked the stream yet, please do so. Helps me out a ton. And other than that, guys, I will catch you guys later in the week. Very excited to be trading alongside all of you for the remainder of this week. And I will be traveling Tuesday and Wednesday. So do not anticipate me to be live or active on Tuesday and Wednesday. But starting Thursday, I will be back and ready to attack. Alrighty, guys. Splendid day, but we'll catch you guys all on the next stream. Thank you all so much once again for the support. Have a splendid week. Catch you guys Thursday and Friday for some YouTube and lab streams. And yeah, alrighty guys, you have a good one. Have a splendid rest of the day, everybody.